Hi, Diane Evans here with StampinWithDiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator. Now, if this is your first time that you've joined me on my YouTube channel, thank you for finding me. Also, one thing that you could do is you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and you could get notified every time that I upload a new video. And you'll get notified by hitting the bell that's just down below. So today what I want to do is I want to show you a really neat, fun card to make. And it's very, very simple card to make. I know when you first look at it, it looks a little confusing. And it's going to be a corner fold card. But I'm using the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper. The stamp set itself and the punch that goes along with this fantastic suite is amazing. But I want to show you where you can just make a simple card just using the paper from there. We're also going to use this So Sentimental stamp set because we're using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So what you're going to need is you are going to need a trimmer. And you are also going to need a piece of cardstock, and the cardstock has to be the full 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And what you're going to do is you are going to go and you are going to, oops, sorry about that. You are going to score, and you're going to score halfway down this way. So you're going to score at the 4.5 or 4.25 inch mark. And then you're going to turn it and you're going to score at 5.5 inches. And that lets you see exactly where you're at. Now, one thing you're going to think, oh, this is a lot of cardstock to use for a card. Trust me, this card is pretty cool that you would want to use this. Now, this is the tricky part. What we want to do is we want to line both the corners, the lengthwise corners, up at the very, very top up here. And also down at the very bottom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just cut that. Now, it's difficult to cut it because it's not quite big enough, but the best way to do this is to turn and just cut it as much as you can. And then I'm just going to actually take my scissors and cut the rest of the way down to the corner. Now that looks like I didn't quite get that in the right spot, but let me check this out. So then now all we're going to do is we're just going to take this and we are going to take it right down to the corner like so. And now what we have is we have this. Now you're using one piece of cardstock and you're getting 2 cards from it. So what's happened is that we're going to just put that in like that. And we're just going to put that down like that. And then we're just going to use our bone folder and get it good and scored. So like I say, it's going to be a diagonal card like that. Now I've turned around and I've also used colors from the Designer Series paper that I figure is going to match. I wanted the ice cream cones on the front. And I also wanted to have a layer of the Bermuda Bay. Most of these diagonal cards you're not going to see with a diagonal on it. But now what I want to do is I want to cut this down like so. And we're going to line that right up there and line it up right there. Make sure it's right into the corner there. And then we're going to cut this. Now, what I've done is I took this piece of Bermuda Bay and I cut it 4 inches by 5.25 inches. That's going to give me a perfect layer that goes right here. And then I also took a piece of Designer Series paper. Now, this piece is 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I'm going to go down on the same angle. Don't cut it this way because then it's not going to work. You're going to have to go on to the next card. You're going to have to use the base from the other card. So I'm just going to line that up there. And then we're going to just put that onto there. And that's basically all we need with that particular, with the trimmer. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to layer the designer series paper onto here. And see, that's how I've got my layer. And it's really easy when you go and you just cut it the same way that you normally would on layers. You just go down by 1/4. So let's go ahead and layer this one on there. This designer series paper is amazing. It has the most beautiful colors that go along with it. But I thought this would be a fun card to make, since it's starting to get into the summer, spring time. There we go. Now I'm going to also do the same with this and layer it onto the card base, on the front of the card base. We're just going in there and layering that on there. I know you're probably looking at me and going, oh, where did you get that color combination? This color combination was taken. When you get your designer series paper, you get all the colors onto the back. On the back, it's listed what colors correspond with this paper. And one of them is the Bermuda Bay and the Old Olive. It's a beautiful color combination. It really is. You wait till I show you the other one at the end of the thing. It's another beautiful combination. Now, I do need a thank you card. So I'm going to make this into a thank you card. Just like that. And it's going to go like so. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm using the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and this is the label part. The unfortunate part is I am also using the stamp set that goes along with it, and I'm using this one here, and this is retiring, unfortunately. And then I've got the beautiful Bermuda Bay cut out, and that's from the same dies. So I'm just going to go in, and I want to do this. The only way I can really get this to show up is by doing some embossing. So I've got my stamp set there. I've got some Versamark, and I'm just going to go ahead, and hopefully we can get that in there straight. And I'm going to use my embossing powder. On the last chance list, you might have noticed that the embossing powder has gone, it's on the last chance list. And that's because Stampin' Up! Now is starting to put their embossing powder in color bundles instead of individual bundles. There we go. And now I'm just going to quickly heat set this. It doesn't take very long, so I'm just going to come in and do that right now. I always say people, I love embossing, but a lot of times people sit there and go like this, and by doing that, you could get yourself into the point of overcooking your embossing powder. So all you want to do is just go and move. Well, normally I would move the paper, but this is quite a small piece, and I really don't have anything to really hold on to, so there we go, just like that. And then we can layer this onto here, and we're going to do that with embossing powder. I mean, with our dimensionals. Of course, we're going to use our dimensionals, right? So we'll put one there, one up at the top. I like to use dimensionals so that you don't get that sagging in the middle. And by using that many dimensionals, you're not going to get that, and you're going to get a nice even pop-up. And let's just put that there. Don't you just love those colors together? So now what we're going to do is we're going to put that just onto the one side. So I'm actually going to do that with my seal. I want it to stay on there really good. I could have done it with glue as well. But see, I just want it to go on there like that. And then one thing I did think that I should do is just add, well, I got this to go on there. And I'm thinking to myself, I could have used my stamp, but with wanting to do just use the designer series paper, I decided what I was going to do was I was going to fussy cut this. Now, I've got the green, and the green I could do, let's see, which one should I use? I could use this one, and then I could use one with the green and the Bermuda Bay, or this has got, I really like this rich, or Blackberry Bliss. So let me just go and cut that. Whoops. And because I've got this right here, I think I'll just use that to cut that one as well. And then we're just going to quickly fussy cut this. You notice I don't go right to the edge. And I also turn my paper when I fussy cut. And then we're just going to go down like this. You see, this is such a really nice, quick card to make. You get 2 card bases, like you normally would from a piece of cardstock, but they're going in opposite directions. And it's funny because the sample I've got is also going in the same direction as this particular one. So, and like I say, I could use any color combination on here that matches this. I think my other one has turquoise and Blackberry Bliss on it. You'll see that that's a really neat one. And you know what? I do have this extra piece here. So I'm just going to cut that out and see if I can actually put that onto the middle part of my card. We'll see how it looks. If it doesn't look very good, then I will leave it. There we go. I want to get that brown off of there, so I am going rather close. So see, we're going to put that on there. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to stick this one right here. So I think I could go and just use my glue on there. Let's see, just about there. And I think I'm also going to have to throw a dimensional behind there as well. I think to put one behind there would be really good. So let me just do that right now. There we go. And now on here, I'm going to go ahead and put the ice cream cone. We're going to have it come up like this. So I'm just going to actually glue this. I don't want any popping up of this. I want it to be flat on the inside of the card. So it's going to go like that. I'm going to put this also on there. We got a triple cone right there. And I think this might even fit on there with that extra extension down there. Yeah, it'll work. So I'm just going to come in and just glue that there as well. And I'm not even doing much in embellishments. I find that this this paper is amazing paper. You know, it's got a bit of wiggle room when you use the glue, so that you can make sure you get that in the middle. And I'm actually just going to take that little bit off there. And there's our card. So I hope you like that. I'm going to show you another one that I've done. I've also done one like this. This is using the the Blackberry Bliss and the Bermuda Bay. But see the 2 cards? See how much fun they are with the 2 of them opening up like that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Now, if you did, make sure that you give me the thumbs up. Also, make sure that you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask any questions. Also, if you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I have a very healthy reward program if you shop online. plus also, if you do shop with me during the month, I have tutorials that I give away to you each and every month. So like I say, I hope you enjoyed that. Whoops, it keeps popping up. Bye for now.